This video is sponsored by ExpressVPN. Check the link in the description to get 3 months free. Of all the gaming smartphones to come and go in recent years, ASUS's ROG series has proven to have the most staying power. The third iteration of the series doesn't upend what made the first two ROG phones so successful in some parts of the world. Instead, ASUS has refined the formula, bringing improved visuals, sound, performance, and thermals for 2020. But the ROG Phone 3 isn't your typical smartphone. There are still some trade-offs, and if you're not a committed mobile gamer, you may find its priorities a little unconventional. I'm Alex from Android Central, and this is our review of the ASUS ROG Phone 3. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss future videos, and we'll jump right in. Pick up the ROG Phone 3 from the first time and it's instantly clear this is a serious piece of hardware. It's a sizable presence in the hand, and the sheer weight, even heavier than the Galaxy S20 Ultra at 240 grams, is readily apparent. The screen size of 6.59 inches is on the large size for a modern phone, but the extra real estate taken up by the front-facing speakers and the gigantic battery make it feel even chunkier. There's also the typical ROG-style sci-fi design language going on here. There's ROG branding over the pressure-sensitive air triggers on the sides, which is a nice touch. Meanwhile, the back panel is stamped with oversized ROG branding that naturally is equipped to light up as part of the built-in LED system. The back panel also provides a transparent window into the ROG Phone 3's unique cooling system, an enormous heatsink that's 6 times larger than its predecessors, along with a redesigned vapor chamber. Above that, a real ventilation grille to aid with heat dissipation, which is also the reason this phone isn't water resistant. The rounded sides and curved ear panel make the ROG Phone 3 comfortable during long gameplay sessions, but as a side effect, it's also pretty slippery, so you want to be careful when putting it down on uneven or soft surfaces. But if you're a heavy mobile gamer, you probably care more about what's on the front. The 6.59-inch Full HD Plus AMOLED panel sports a ludicrous 144Hz refresh rate with a 270Hz touch sampling rate. As you'd expect, the panel is gloriously smooth whether you're playing a game or just scrolling through Twitter. That comes with some trade-offs though. At low brightness levels, there's a noticeable grain effect in certain areas, especially patches of white or light grey, and at lower brightness levels, shadow details are also crushed, making these a little bit difficult to make out. Also lurking within that super fast display though is in-screen fingerprint, which is your main way of unlocking the phone, though there is also basic face recognition built in through the selfie camera, which by the way is there without the need for a notch or a cutout. Another major area of focus has been the audio system. The device still has stereo front-facing speakers, but these have been upgraded with a new 7-magnet setup and tuned by Swedish audio firm Dirac. The result is a speaker setup that's not only loud but also rich, clear and bassy, reminiscent of the glory days of HTC's boom sound. So for gamers, this industry-leading sound system will be well worth the extra vertical bezel space compared to the average flagship. On the inside, ASUS has once again gone all out on sheer performance. It's one of the first phones to arrive with Qualcomm's Snapdragon 865 Plus processor, basically a higher binned version of the 865, capable of reaching clock speeds of up to 3.1 GHz in its high-performance cores. I've been reviewing the ROG Phone 3 in its top-end variant with 16 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs of storage, though it'll also be available in other RAM and storage configurations based on where you buy it. Not content to just use the fastest processor though, ASUS also wants to keep it running as fast as possible without throttling. That's where the new GameCool 3 heatsink and vapor chamber come in of course, but if you really want to take your battle against throttling to the next level, ASUS's AeroActive Cooler 3, which was included with our review unit, connects to the phone via its side port here and allows the 865 Plus to maintain its maximum clock speed indefinitely. Maxing out the Snapdragon 865 Plus, of course, is going to quickly take its toll on any smartphone battery. Fortunately then, the ROG Phone 3 comes with the largest battery in any flagship smartphone, a capacious 6000 mAh cell that's total overkill for everyday smartphone stuff, and reassuringly beefy for gaming on the go. With heavy everyday use, I was approaching around 9 hours of screen on time across a full day. Throw a lot of gaming into the mix though and you'll obviously eat into that figure. Nevertheless, it does take some serious concerted effort to kill off the ROG Phone 3 in under a day. When it's time to refill, ASUS includes a 30-watt charging brick in the box, which works over Qualcomm Quick Charge 4. Disappointingly, but unsurprisingly, there is no wireless charging included in this phone. But in any case, to make sure the rapid charging doesn't diminish your battery's long-term health, the ASUS PowerMaster menu can let you set your battery charging limit, for example 80%, to avoid the battery health impact of a full charge every day. Or you can set scheduled charging times for a slower overnight charge that'll still leave you with a full battery in the morning. Before we continue, I want to talk about this video's sponsor, ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN is a great way to keep your internet activity private and sidestep content restrictions, so your data isn't exposed to your ISP or whoever happens to be running that sketchy looking public Wi-Fi you might be connected to. With ExpressVPN, you get access to over 3,000 servers worldwide, making it easy to watch media or visit sites that might be blocked in your own country. For me, that means I can quickly virtually teleport to America and sidestep annoying video rights restrictions here in the UK. ExpressVPN keeps your IP address hidden without slowing down your connection, has no bandwidth limits, and 24/7 customer support. You can get it for Windows, Android, iOS, Mac, Linux, and even routers. You can get 3 months of ExpressVPN for free when you sign up for an annual plan, and they offer a 30-day money-back guarantee if you're not satisfied. Links are in the description, and thanks to ExpressVPN for sponsoring this video. The ROG Phone 3 software is also tuned for gaming. It's built around Android 10 with ASUS's ROG UI. Visually, I found it a little bit jarring, but you can easily switch back to the classic theme, which is basically the Zen UI interface from ASUS's Zenfone series. That's what I've been using for most of my time with the phone. However you tweak the software's appearance though, you have the same loadout of gaming features at your disposal. The Armory crate is where you'll be able to tweak and tune the attached LEDs, refresh rate, fans if you're using the Aeroactive cooler, and even the clock speed of the Snapdragon 865 Plus through X mode, which gives you total control of that processor. Profiles can be set on a per game basis, though the highest performance tier is only available with that Aeroactive cooler attached. When you're not using these gaming features though, they fall pretty easily into the background, with handy quick settings controls for the refresh rate, X mode, LEDs, and air triggers. These are the ultrasonic virtual buttons on the outer edge that work like shoulder buttons in games. Outside of gaming, the air triggers also work as a programmable extra button, letting you bind actions like the camera to a short or long squeeze. So for getting the most out of demanding games, you'll find plenty of tweaking options here. And for regular smartphone duties, the ROG Phone 3 can quickly morph back into a fast vanilla Android flagship with all the capabilities you'd expect. By design though, mobile photography is not the ROG Phone 3's specialty, and if that's your main priority in a phone, then ASUS would probably direct you towards its Zenfone series. Nevertheless, the ROG Phone 3 includes a triple camera setup around the back, led by a 64MP Sony IMX686 sensor behind an f1.8 lens. Disappointingly, there's no optical image stabilization included, putting the phone at a disadvantage in darker conditions, though the sheer resolution of the main sensor does give you some wiggle room for digital zoom. Despite its optical deficiencies, the ROG Phone 3's main sensor still put in a decent showing in my time with it. Photos are generally clear with accurate colors and even exposure, though with a tiny bit of shadow crushing and underexposure in some overcast outdoor scenes. In low light though, the lack of optical stabilization quickly becomes apparent as the phone falls back on its software night mode. And that goes doubly for the relatively mediocre ultra-wide camera, which is fine in daylight but not great in darker conditions. Selfie performance is more in line with the competition, with the ROG phone's 24MP f2 front-facer producing clear shots with ample dynamic range, though with some loss of fine detail in places. If you're after a great camera phone around the €1,000 mark, you should probably look elsewhere. The ROG Phone 3 setup misses out on table stakes features like OIS and telephoto, which will feel like bigger missions if you're a photo-centric kind of smartphone user. So make no mistake, the ASUS ROG Phone 3 is a specialist handset aimed at a niche audience. If you're not gaming on your phone pretty much every day, chances are you'll be better served by a more mainstream contender like, for example, the OnePlus 8 Pro or Galaxy S20 Plus. But if mobile gaming is a big part of your lifestyle, you'll find the ROG Phone 3 is a device catering to exactly that lifestyle, though with some necessary compromises to keep it a €1,000 phone as opposed to a €2,000 phone. ROG Phone 3 buyers will get a capable pocket-sized gaming gadget with smooth performance, silky visuals, booming audio, and easy all-day longevity. Those are things that few other phones can boast, but in doing so they'll sacrifice camera quality as well as some features seen as table stakes elsewhere in the high-end space like wireless charging and water resistance. But if that sounds like a fair trade to you, chances are you'll have an awful lot of fun with the ASUS ROG Phone 3. That's it for now. Subscribe to Android Central here on YouTube so you don't miss future reviews. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.